just want to be treated like everybody else. That's what Brad Cohen said in the movie entitled From Class. In that phrase, it hits differently to me. It was just like Brad is pleasing everybody to treat him as a normal human being, but it seems like it doesn't look like what he expects. So, what exactly is Tourette's syndrome? How did Brad overcome the obstacles to reach what he has right now? Tourette's syndrome is a disorder that involves repetitive movements or unwanted sounds that can't be easily controlled. This disorder has no certain cure, but a regular checkup and medication is also a big help in this disorder. Upon watching the video, I did some research about Brad and I found out that the movie was real and it was based in a true story. I was amazed by the story. Imagine a boy having a Tourette's still aiming to succeed in life despite of the criticism that he faced. Like Brad, persons with disabilities or disorders are neglected, especially within terms of education. They were not often introduced into school because of people's perception that they will just make some troubles in classroom or school is just a waste of time for them. People have this kind of mindset that this kind of children should only be at home. But Brad breaks that kind of mindset. He proves that despite of having a disorder, he can do a lot of things that normal people cannot do. Just like the Nescafe advertisement in television that shows a taxi driver having the symptoms of Tourette's, and most of his passengers would tend to ride off from his taxi with the reason of his passengers have no trust to him and they think that they might get an accident. But despite it, he never gave up and instead he doubled up his hard work so that he can get many passengers to ride on his taxi. Also, he puts a note inside in his taxi telling about his condition and he also stated in there that he will assure that he will take them home safely. So in that sense, he proved that having Tourette's is not an excuse to do such thing like work. In a nutshell, these kind of people shouldn't be called abnormal. They are special gifts from God. They are special persons who needs extra care and attention. The movie stands as a self-awakening to everybody, to awaken the people that it is okay to be different. Brad proves not only normal people have an achievements. In fact, he was awarded as one of the award-winning teacher in the year. One thing I realized was giving them a shelter, giving them a better life is not just enough. They must have a space where they can grow as an individuals and being able to nurture the capabilities they have and giving them a chance to excel in different ways. They should be given an opportunity to live just like normal children. Therefore, I conclude that this movie is a masterpiece and this is yet the unforgettable story of a teacher determined to make a difference. So for the next question, as a pre-service teacher, how will you deal with your students' individual differences in your classroom? So before I answer the question, may I share something? Before I enrolled in BTLED, my very first choice course that I am very much fascinated is Bachelor of Special Needs Education or BSNED with specialization in early childhood education. Since high school, I really wanted to take this course for the purpose to educate children with special needs. SPED education was newly introduced here in our town and it benefits a lot for those children with special needs who loves to learn. So to answer the question, as a pre-service teacher, if I can teach normal students, then it's not possible that I can impart knowledge to those students who had disorders. Dealing different phases of individuals might get hard, but I am the type of teacher that is so much dedicated to her profession and whatever it takes, she will go for it. As a pre-service teacher, it is already my obligation to cure ignorance and stand as a voice to every student to give some awareness. So let me share to you this, guys. I have these neighbors of mine who are part PWDs. They were good friends of mine and we shared some stories together and laughed together. In fact, they were also part of a foreign organization called Northern Foundation Incorporated, and it advocates for an inclusive community in a world where every child is loved and cared for in a family. They were monitored and sustained every month, and which served as a big help for them. I always tell them that they are much loved by the people that surrounds them, especially they are most loved by our God. I always reminded them that there's nothing wrong with them, even though I can get an exact response from them since they can talk properly. I know they understand what I meant. So as I end this reaction video, I will leave you a quote by Mark Haddon saying, "For me, disability is a way of getting some extremity, some kind of very difficult situation that throws an interesting light on people."